Bob Hill as Director of Recycling for EDCO. I've been working with EDCO to divert material from landfills since 2005. And I'm looking forward to diverting even more items that we keep on adding to the stream of either recyclable or any way we can divert it. That's what we're looking forward to doing. So I want to do that well into the future. As for our organics collection program, I've established a name for that program, and I call it the EDCO Triple B plan. But just for the record, I'm the only one at EDCO that calls it the Triple B plan. But nevertheless, the plan is actually, it's bold, broad, and beneficial. Looking at the mandates there, we have AB 1826 and SB 1383. They are the driving force that is actually establishing the diversion programs throughout the state. And they're also the driving force that's helping us to establish our diversion plans for organics as well. Next slide. As I said earlier, our plan is bold. And one of the reasons why it's bold is EDCO could have actually established a facility maybe 50 to 100 miles to the east of San Diego, established a compost site, and we would have satisfied the needs of the mandates established for organics. However, that's not how EDCO operates. As Rick knows and many of you know, we took a different, bolder approach to it. We built 2 anaerobic digesters right in the heart of Escondido, just minutes from the 15 and 78 freeway, which makes it easier for our route trucks to access the facility and transfer trucks to utilize the facility. Not only that, the facilities look fantastic and they blend in well with the community that surrounds. And so therefore the NIMBY factor never came into play here. The facilities, but if you look at the picture on the screen, we have 2 digesters currently operating. That's the ones to the right. Both of the digesters are operating 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And they are operating, they can actually process 93,000 tons of material annually. One of the other things with our digesters is a lot of the compost facilities out there, they only have the ability to process specific items. Our digesters, we could throw paper towels in there. We could take napkins, paper plates. We could take soil cardboard. We can take meat products. We can take poultry products. We can take bones. We can take all that can go into the digester and be processed. So that's another incentive to the digester. Next slide, please. As you can see from this slide, it's basically showing you the process from basically the pickup of the curb of the organics, taking them through the process and eventually coming out as a fuel product in the end. Basically, to summarize this slide, it's a little bit like Doc Brown in Back to the Future, where at the end of the show in Back to the Future, where he throws the banana peels and other garbage in the back of his vehicle and off he goes. Well, for the most part, we're doing the same thing. We're taking your food waste and your green waste, and we're processing in our digesters. We're creating the fuel we need to operate our vehicles, or we can also utilize that fuel, pumping it back into the grid to make things happen. One of the things I'd like to share with you is, if you get an opportunity, go to our website, either at edcodisposal.com or escondidodisposal.com, and take a look at our video. It's on the homepage of those 2 sites, and you can watch the video of the entire process of the anaerobic digesters. Next slide, please. So that was the bold part of it. Now let's look at the broad part of it. We've actually done this already. We rolled out the program to basically every franchise city that we operate in within San Diego County, to the residential units. So now residents throughout San Diego County that have the service of EDCO can take their food products along with their green waste, commingle that together, place it in their organics bin. It used to be called the green waste bin, but now it would be called the organics bin. So they can take food waste and the green waste, place it in there. And that stuff's gonna make its way to our digesters where it's gonna be processed. And when you think about it, that's a pretty large area of customers we're covering. You can go from basically Rainbow down to Imperial Beach. You can go from Julian over to Solana Beach. And then pretty much everything in between there is how we rolled that program out to our commercial, actually to our residential customers. Also, while we're rolling out the program on that, we understand the need for education and our customers, educating our customers on the organics recycling program. First thing we did is we published a pamphlet that was sent out to every customer that has residential services with us. And the pamphlet details step-by-step procedures for the program, with how to even place your material, wrap it in paper or whatever it may be, to prepare the food waste prior to placing it in the green waste bin. We also have mail inserts and then EDCO newsletters for customers, and that the newsletters and the mail inserts are something we can actually continue to send out to try to educate our customers on the program. Next thing we have is our EDCO webpage. A lot of times when a person calls in asking about the program, we also refer them to our EDCO webpage so they can get in there, take a look at the video that I talked about earlier, and that actually provides them with a lot of good information on the organics recycling program. In the future, we're also looking at ways to reach out to customers and continue this educational part of the organics recycling program. And some of the events like include when we do community cleanups, we can keep them flyers available and pass them to customers as they come through for our cleanup events. We hold annual shredding events for our cities that we can also provide good information at the shredding events. And then there's other events. There's events like the San Diego Earth Fair that's going to be coming up here in April. And then even events like the Zero Waste Symposium that we're here right now talking about the program, and hopefully I'm giving you guys some information on the program. We're also doing the same for our customers in the commercial arena. We're aggressively reaching out to all of our customers we service throughout a series of steps. Step one, we provided the commercial customers with a newsletter, basically outlining AB 1826 and the organics recycling program that is now mandatory for commercial customers. We're setting up, and then we shift into step two, because all these commercial customers understand that basically they have to recycle under 1826. Now we move into step two, and step two, we're setting up programs for customers through different means. We're setting them up through phone conversations. A customer may call into an EDCO facility, and we can right size the program right over the phone. With some customers, we're receiving emails and we're replying back with emails on setting programs up as well. And then there's the other way of going about things is in-person visits. We have a strong push with our field reps that are working here at EDCO, and they're out there in the field. They're meeting with customers, and they're not just meeting with the customers to establish a program and off they go. Basically, they're getting out there and they're right sizing the program. Right sizing the program is very important. Some of the businesses out there may need a 65-gallon cart. Other businesses may require a 2-yard bin. And then there's some of them larger businesses out there that actually may need a compactor to satisfy their needs under the organic program they may have in place. Also, during the visits, other than just establishing the proper program for the customers, we take a look at, it's a perfect opportunity to take a look at the programs they already have in place, not just the organics program, but their recycling program. We take a glance at what they're actually doing in recycling side of the house, are they missing things? Are they not throwing the cardboard or paper in the recycle bin and they think it's just bottled and cans? Believe it or not, it happens. And so when we're out there on those visits, we are actually improving the part of the recycling side of the house as well. And then another actually positive on this is we're establishing a better relationship with the customers, person-to-person interaction. So once that customer meets with our field rep, they get the opportunity to know that person. And if he has questions in the future, he can email our field rep, or he can contact our field rep via phone, whatever it may be. So there's some of the benefits to it right there.
Right there.
Also, one of the last things on that is when we set up the program, we talk to the customers about and we encourage them to waste less by looking in that organic bin that they have in the kitchen. They may realize that they're overbuying. There's too much stuff being wasted, so they can downsize that food waste in one way right there. And then we also we're reaching out to them and letting them encourage them that there is things known as food waste, and then there's wasted food. On the wasted food, we have to let them know that there's possibility that they can donate that food. So for the most part, we're reaching out to these customers very aggressively, and we're getting the word out, and we're setting up programs, and our digesters are taking in material and processing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. At EDCO, though, we understand the challenges ahead, and we will continue to address them as they come along on our journey to zero waste.